It's our first full day in Elmina slash Cape Coast area. Our hotel is actually in Elmina. It's like a 20-minute to 30-minute drive from Cape Coast. It's called Lemon Beach Resort. We're staying on the second floor of this resort. This is the view from the balcony. And the balcony is pretty huge. It has these two chairs here on this side. And on this side we have this. But today we're going to a river where the slaves were bathed right before they went to the castles on the coast. We're going there first, which is more north from here. And then we're going to go to the castles to sort of follow the path that maybe a slave took. We're using the hotel's driver for this. They're going to charge us 800 cedis, which is about $80. But first we're going to get the hotel's breakfast and then head out for the tour at 10 a.m. So they gave us this coin to put our wishes and aspirations on. We made it to the location of the last bath. Yeah. This river right here. Sometimes people do like spiritual things here, like put their body in the water, drink the water, put it on their face, all sorts of things. To Cape Coast Castle. We're about to do a tour. It was 50 cedis to get in, $5.
These are the dimensions from the entrance to this place and to the last end. British built for 1,000 slaves. Thousands, but they divided the dimensions into 5. So this is 1.
So how many people will be in
200.
200.
Just look at this. 200.
Wow.
There wasn't light, that is why.
Yes.
So they can really feel that's the situation. This was, they were here 2 weeks to 3 months. So some of them became white, some became white. Look at the floor, you can see bricks. This is what they used to build here. So look at this floor. Apart from the first chamber, the rest of the floor you cannot see the bricks, including the bricks. So this is all waste. All human waste. This is human waste because this place hasn't seen any excavation. And if you go through the door of no return during the time of slave trade as a black person, 1, you will lose your identity, you will lose your culture, respect, and everything. So here, some of the captives were taken to North America, United States, places like Jamestown in Virginia, North and South Carolina, and almost all the original British states in America, 13 states, they passed through this castle. Because they were suffering, because they were maltreating the blacks. So some of them were fighting British. They wanted freedom. Those doing that were brought here, especially men. The cell has 3 doors. 1 door, 2, and 3.
So you can never get out.
You can never get out. They'll bring them in, they'll lock the 3 doors. No food, no water, no lights. Then he killed them. They were starved to death.
So this is the next day. Right now we're at Elmina Castle. We tried to go here yesterday, but it had already closed. So we came back today early in the morning. This is the larger of the castles compared to like where we went yesterday. It's more light.
Right, so all these you see around us were dungeons for the female slaves. There were 400 of them every 3 months. And we want to walk through the dungeons. We'll start with this one, so please come this way. One of the female slave dungeons, it held about 100 of the enslaved females. And this dungeon had 2 wooden doors. So they fixed 1 door there and then another door right here. So it was impossible for them to have escaped this place. But this is not the floor they slept on. This is not original. I'll show you original floor. Please let's come this way. I'll show you the original. Here we have the biggest female slave dungeon. It held about 150 of the female slaves. The slaves, they got them from this country. They even came from other parts of Africa, like present-day Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Benin, Togo, and the like. So anytime it rained, they filtered the water here with very big stones. Then they gathered here. So this was very clean. It was water they drank, they cooked with, they used for bathing. It holds as much as 20,000 gallons of water. Again, this was used to punish the females who said no to rape. And even those females who were difficult to control. So this is how it was used as punishment. They made her carry the cannonball the entire time. This is very heavy. It weighs about 25 kg. She had to carry it until she said yes to rape. Or where we see the hole, they placed chains or shackles, and these were then tied to her legs. Because this is heavy, she could not move about freely. She was not allowed to sit either. She had to stand whatever the weather was. In standing, no water for her, no food for her. After standing the whole day, she had to go back, climb the stairs to the governor's bedroom where she was raped. So whatever she did, at the end of it all, she was still raped. Male slave dungeon. Please come. The male slave dungeons. And we call this dungeon the transit male slave dungeon. With the male slaves, they had to walk from their dungeons through this place, then down they went to the room of no return. But some of the male slaves were kept in here. Please come. Please watch your step. So please, as the male slaves walked from here, the females also descended from here. Remember, in those days there was a wooden staircase. They came down, then together they moved through the small passage to the room of no return. Please watch your heads, please. So here we are in the room of no return. And this small door or gate is the original gate of no return. What happened was, in those days, the sea was so close to the castle, but the sea was very shallow. So down there, they placed boats and ladder. The slaves had to get into the boats with chains on their legs. Then the boats took them to the bigger ships that waited for them. And these slaves were sent to the Caribbean, they were sent to Europe, they were sent even to the Americas. There they worked in plantations, they were made small, just so that they could control the movements of the slaves. You have to go out one by one. And as the slaves, text came from a place called Zealand. So which people do you think were kept here?
The slaves.
Yes, that's right. Please come. Some of the men tried to fight for their freedom, even escape this place. They were taken from their dungeons, they were locked in here, chains or shackles on their legs. No water for them, no food for them. They were left here to starve and they all died in here. When they died, the white soldiers looked through those holes. Then they came for their bodies or their corpses and threw them into the sea. So there was no way an African man walked here alive and walked out of this place alive. So we call this particular cell the condemned cell. So some of them made these marks here to count the days they lived or they stayed alive. Here we have some of the marks all around and down there as well. Yes, so the selected female slave, she climbed these stairs. Then she had to go to the governor's bedroom up there where she was raped. Afterwards, she went down the same way back to the dungeon. So this was more like a private access to the governor's bedroom. Please, let's go to the governor's. So we are going to the governor's bedroom and his apartment. The governor's bedroom. Then this way to his living room. Yes. Then behind that door, he had his bathroom. The last bit of the land. Yeah, so the British were there trading with me. And the Portuguese and the Dutch.
So we're done with the Elmina castle tour, and now we're about to do Batik workshop. This is the, I think, the wax we're going to be using to stamp the fabric here. Here's like an example of the fabric. So these are the stamping options. I chose this one here.
When you put it on hot wax, the wax is very hot. So when you put it in, all will melt. So when you move it, then you shake it. You see that it's done. So then it's done.
Do you think going in rows is good?
Don't press it too much. Okay, when you see something.
And this, but then I have, maybe I should get green. And she starts with blue. Oh, it's very dark.
Yeah.
Stay.
You have to press it down. So you fold and press it all down. She might come and show you. She's kind of like opening it.
Oh, okay.
Waxing.
Okay.
That was fast. Is it just hot water?
Water.
Just water?
water.
Oh. Yeah, they really be everywhere. Just chilling, living their life.
Focus on wings. The grinding is wrist exercise. It's up and down.
Palm oil here.
That's correct. So no. Add 8. 1. The same number. Always in the middle. Don't put it that side. Okay. Put it in the middle. Yes. Put it small. Like you have it. Scoop it. Scoop it.
Yam, red rice, palapa, plantain. So now we're taking a tuk-tuk. You like it? Yeah, I like it too. So we're done with the cooking class. That food was really good. Now we're about to do a drumming class. This is the instructor right there. So it's the next day. Right now I'm at the hotel. We're gonna check out around 10 a.m. and head to Kakum Park. So quick review of yesterday. So we did 3 classes with the same company called Global Mamas in the Cape Coast area. The prices were very reasonable. First we started with the Batik class. That was my favorite class. They gave us 2 yards of fabric to take home that we, stenciled and dyed at the place. She gave us 3 color options: green, blue, and olive, and the green was kind of like a lighter green versus the color we chose was the olive color. I really liked that class. One was cooking class. We cooked the traditional way. Everything was cooked together. We didn't have our own separate cooking stations. We did cut each of the things like ourselves, but it was separated. And then they cooked the traditional way, not on the stove, just to give us, I guess, a more authentic feel. And then we did the drumming class after that. That was a struggle for me, just remembering what to do for the drumming. And it also included like a little bit of dancing and a little bit of singing. Overall, the classes were good. But today we're going to Kakum Park. This is our last day at this hotel, this Lemon Beach Resort Hotel. And then we're gonna go to Accra right afterwards. It's about a 4-hour drive from Kakum to Accra. So we're almost midway and it's been like a lot of steps. So it's definitely a steep climb to get to the top.
How are you?
So there are 2 options to take here. We could take, if we make a right, it's 6 bridges that are 250 meters total. And then to the left is 2 bridges that are 100 meters? Yeah, I think that's it. And I'm sweating really hard, but I'm getting through this. So it is kind of tight on this bridge here. It's not wide and it's shaking. So, but I'm on it. They said to test it out first to see how many we want to do. But now I'm questioning it if I want to do the 6 instead of the 2 option. But it's nice views here.